Happy New Year 2020. Holy shit. How is it possible? But here we are. And my guess is the next 20 years, if you're talking from 2000 this point in time, will probably go by just as fast, maybe not faster. Yeah. First of all, I want to say that I represented very well, as always, New Year's 2020. I hope you did as well. Regardless, I've had some incredibly fun experiences on New Year's Eve, and this year was no exception. That being said, every year it's always good. In fact, you should do this several times a year. Sometimes I do this several times a day. But to reflect, self-reflect, think about your lifestyle. I like to reassess and self-reflect pretty consistently. And I like to think about my lifestyle instead of goals. So in other words, I try not to think in terms of just goals. I have this goal, I want to drop this much weight, or I want to have this much money. It's not about that. To me, it's about what does the process of that goal, what layer does that add to me? At the end of that, how is that going to add another layer to me as a person? I think that's a better way of looking at it. What do you want in your life? What people do you want in your life? What things do you enjoy in your life? And therefore you want to maximize time that you're doing those and do those more often, more frequently, and then do the things that you don't like less. You know, so for example, the Dolce Vita lifestyle, travel, you know, living life as art, creativity, living life creatively. These are things that are an extension of my lifestyle, and why are they my lifestyle? These are things I enjoy. So I do those more often, and the shit that I don't like, which is usually the opposite of that, I don't do. You make the goals fit around your lifestyle as opposed to just making goals. The goal is the lifestyle. And the goal is doing the things and spending time with the people that you want to spend time with and the things that excite you. And I think that's the key word. You're going to make this the year of excitement. Remember, boredom is a synonym for unhappiness. And it's unacceptable. Fuck boredom. With that said, we're going to do a little game here. You can do this by yourself at home. You can write this on a piece of paper. You can answer this out loud. You can do it on the toilet. But I do feel like I do this sort of self-reflection, and since I do it, maybe, if you take 2 minutes, maybe you want to do it. I don't know. Seems like it might be kind of fun. Okay, you can do this with a partner. You can do this with a friend. You can do this over wine. It's really good over wine. Okay, and then, of course, you can play a drinking game to it, and you can both take off, your clothes and get naked, and everybody wins. Hey, man, it's 2020. Party like it's 2020. Roaring 20s. I feel like they had more fun than we did, to a degree. Like, they weren't so politically correct. They probably were a little less uptight. Just relax, fuckers. Okay, so let's start with this. 2020. Let's start with these. I want you to think about this. You can write them down, whatever you want to do. You can just ignore me for all I care. Lessons that you learned from 2019. And go. What did you learn? What did you take from it? What things would you reteach yourself if you knew what you knew now at the beginning of 2019? Because of 2019, what would you tell yourself in preparation? What were the most difficult challenges of 2019? And what challenges were overcome? What did you have to overcome during 2019? Because to me, that's like the definition of greatness, right? If you have a great athlete, for example, or a great musician, or someone had just this great life that people consider, wow, that person had a fantastic life. And after all, isn't that what the Dolce Vita is all about? Living in the moment, chasing your dreams, doing your thing, no compromises, unrelenting, straight to the fucking finish, baby. Isn't that what it's about? Like embracing it, sucking the juice out of it, and contributing, doing something worthwhile and, making people around you, have a good time. I think, personally, one of the determining factors of greatness is what did said hero overcome? They have the challenge. Here it is. They overcame it. This is how. Bam. That's what made them great. There's the great character in a story, in a movie, in a film, in a book, in real life, whether it's an athlete or anybody that did anything we consider great, had something to overcome. Otherwise, there's nothing interesting about it. You look at movies that have characters with no flaws. How fucking interesting is that? That doesn't make the character great. They never overcome anything. They weren't at odds with anything they didn't have to overcome. So what did you overcome? What made you great this year, 2019? Another one, you can't stop and think about the previous year without thinking about fond memories. What fond memories came out of 2019? People you spent time with, great parties you attended, incredible sex. God, it always comes back to that, doesn't it? Places that you traveled, great memories from that. What did you learn from those? I always like to think back fondly about travel memories and adventures, because to me that's really the epitome of living life as art. And in fact, it might be a cool idea to write this stuff down and just kind of keep it for, for next year, and then for the year after that, and it's kind of nice to keep stock that way. What improvements did we make in 2019? Any way, shape, or form, any way you wanted to define that for yourself. What improvements did you make as a person? For me, it'd be layers I added with things I have to go through. Why is my character stronger this year? What did I have to overcome? What improvements did I make in myself? What maybe improvements did I help others make? Anything positive. 2019, reasons to be thankful. I don't mean you have to come up with 2019 reasons to be thankful. Although that would be a really blessed life, I'd have to say. What are your reasons to be thankful? What are you appreciative about? It's not just around Thanksgiving, it's every day. Things you are looking forward to. We'll say nouns. Nouns. People, places, and things that you're looking forward to in 2020. What challenges are you looking forward to? What, maybe it's opening up a business. Maybe it's a place you're looking to travel. People you haven't seen in a while. People you want to spend more time with. That promotion you're trying to give yourself. Whatever it is, what are you no longer willing to tolerate in 2020 that you tolerate and put up with in 2019? Fuck that. So, next. Now, what is it? Write it down, check it off. You're no longer going to tolerate it. It's really important to write that down and think about what are you no willing to deal with and stand for, or what people you're no longer willing to put up with, or whatever the case may be. The negativity that's in your life, what do you want to cut out immediately? And if it wasn't done already, because, by the way, it's already 2020, then do it today, right now, this second, right now, after you're done listening to me ramble on. Improvements that you want to make. I guess piggybacking off the last one. Improvements that you want to make in 2020. That could be anything. Again, it could be traveling. I always like to say it could be finances, or personal relationships, travel. And when it comes to the DOLCE VITA lifestyle, it's creative living. So it's travel. It's who you want to spend more time with. It's what are you trying to cultivate in yourself. What sort of people do you want to be around? Ideally, people associate with the DOLCE VITA. This is why I started this. So it's right here. If you had one word to sum up 2019, what is it? Hopefully that word isn't complete shit. 2020, what would be your word? If we went ahead and you look back and what do you want that word to be that you associate with the great year, the roaring 2020? This is going to be your year, baby. More of in 2020. What do you want more of? More. It's a great word. What do you want less of? We already talked about the negativity that you're cutting out, but what do you want less of? And what do you no longer willing to settle for, as we talked about? Unacceptable, no more, that's it. From this point forward, cutting that shit out. What's next? Here's a good one. One thing, or maybe several things, that you want to contribute in 2020. What are you looking to bring to the table this year? To your friends, your co-workers, people that you like. Now, the people you don't like, fuck them. But the rest of us, what do you want to bring to the table? Also, and I don't want to be a little morbid, but this is more of an appreciation thing for me. I know I lost some very dear loved ones this year, and I think it's always good to think about them and what they contributed and what they added to your life. And, so when you're toasting this year, if there's still some more parties to attend, which there better be, then don't forget to toast them and tell some stories about them. I've lost several relatives I was close to, and I think of them a lot, and I think about, not in a negative way, I'm not trying to be more about it. I think, in fact, I'm appreciative for having them in my life, and I don't want to forget that. I want to think about the positive stories and frame that in a way that makes me hopeful for 2020, the lessons they taught me and the experiences I had with them, and I think you should do the same thing. And by the way, damn, I don't even have a drink. Well, I'll just pull this empty wine bottle out. So a toast. Propose a toast to you, the DOLCE VITA style this year. This is going to be, if not your best year ever, one of the best years ever. And for the reasons that we talked about, and because you are going to take action. It's not going to be about, I'm going to talk about it. Someday is not a day. Okay? Today is a day. So do it today, now, right now. It's actually nighttime. Don't give a shit. Do it now. Stay up till 5 in the morning like I do. I'm not doing anything. Come on over. And so, toast to the new year, and the last year, and the passing of loved ones, and the birth of new wonderful people and relatives and friends. And keep it positive. Moving forward, it's going to be fantastic and phenomenal, both at the same time. 2020. I mean, goddamn, I love the era of the 1920s. I think in terms of, that was a bitchin' era. You had to have a good time in the 20s. You had prohibition, people telling you couldn't do stuff. You had speakeasies. You had fancy dresses, cool hats. You had the Charleston. You had booming economic, followed by some unsavory economic times. But phenomenal good time. Great art. Some of the best art and some great writing. You had Hemingway and, you know, of course, Great Gatsby. What a great time to be alive that had to be. Well, it's the 20s again. It's just 100 years later. So here we are. So what are your roaring 20s going to be? Write it down and then act it. As one of my best teachers ever taught me. Plan your work, work your plan. Execute, baby. Until next time, inspire you and cultivate yourself, evolve, live life as art, self-improvement, self-evolution, and damn good times as always. Reach out to me. Find me. You know where to find me. The Dolce Vita Photography Studios on Instagram. You got me right here. You can reach out to me and make a comment. If you want to hang out with us, specifically and especially if you live in Charm City, USA, Baltimore, then right here in Baltimore, Maryland, then we can actually make personal, real human connection, not fake book, real, live, human connection. This is what you're like. Are you depressed? It could be you're depressed because you never actually have any human connection. You're living a processed lifestyle. You know what happens if you eat processed fast food? You get sick. What if you live a processed lifestyle? Which is what this is designed to get you out of, the Dolce Vita. Don't live a processed lifestyle. Live an organic, natural, intuitive lifestyle. And let me help you do that. Not only through this channel, but through the actual living of the lifestyle. Join the Dolce Vita if you're a cool person. We'll accept you. And we'll have a good time together. Of course, we have events and things, but there's other things as well. But we're trying to create a really good network of people that are cool and they're going to inspire you and help you live your dreams with the various things that we bring to the table and can contribute. So this year's about contribution. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, be sure to live dangerously. And if you have any problems with that, I'm your man. Like the video, share the video, live the video. And until next time, amen.